of Truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesia ni Cristo.
You're watching INCRadio.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Thank you once again for joining us here. We have a great show for you today. My name is Terry Soriano, and welcome to INC Radio, Central Valley, California. I just want to let you know how to connect with us. YouTube, type in INC Radio, Central Valley, California, and subscribe to INC Radio DZEM 954. Also, online at incradio.org. I am not alone here, so I want to go ahead and see who's with me. I think it's Sister Melvi. Sister Melvi, please say hello.
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday, and welcome back to our broadcast this afternoon. We have a lot of good things to talk about, so don't go away. And if you do love sports like basketball, this is it right here. Let's go talk about it. And if you do play basketball, let us know what your position is and what is it that you love about basketball. I do to play basketball. I used to, at least. As you get older, yeah, you know what that means. Anyway, let me pass it back to Terry to introduce us to everything that's going on this afternoon.
Yes, thank you so much, Melvi. I appreciate that. Then I want to introduce Brother Mark. Brother Mark, someone is with you as well. What's going on over there?
Hey, Terry, what's going on? I'm Brother Mark, everyone. And with me, Brother Elijah. We're both from the local congregation of Bakersfield. Currently, it's about, 90 degrees outside, and it's time. It's around 1:04, and so we're doing great, Mr. Terry. We're ready to be able to share our talents and to be able to show everyone how much we love the game of basketball.
Okay, perfect. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and go with our discussion. So our topic today is basketball tips. We want to go ahead and share with our viewers something about basketball. Let's hear about the history of that, Brother Mark or Brother Elijah. Do you want to talk about the history of how basketball came about?
Yes, this is Terry. So, if everyone didn't know, basketball originally started, I believe, in the 1950s, where the game was very, very slow. So, the original rules, you weren't allowed to run with the ball, you weren't allowed to dribble the ball fast. It was a very, very slow paced game. And then, as the years go by, the game started to add more rules as more players started picking it up. It actually started off with a wooden basket and a backboard. And so they would go around taking this pigskin shaped in a ball filled with air and go around and just try to get the ball in the basket. Thus became the sport of basketball.
Okay. Okay. I also wanted to let our viewers know that it was slow in movement as far as basketball was concerned. In 1936, the Olympic Games came about, and then they also included basketball as one of the Olympic Games. And do you know when the National Basketball Association was first established, Brother Mark?
I'm gonna see if Brother Elijah knows. Do you know when the National Basketball Association was established?
I do not know.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you, 1949.
Oh, there
That
we
was
go.
established. Yeah, so it was first played at schoolyards and driveways. So they had a lot of, uh, they didn't know how to make of the courts yet, how long it's going to be, how wide it's going to be, and things like that. So that was how, like you mentioned, it was kind of slow. Our next question was, how has basketball evolved through the years, uh, Brother Mark?
So going off what Mark and you guys said, it was a very slow game at first. So back then, the big men dominated the league, and then if you were tall, you pretty much had the advantage. But nowadays, people are a lot faster. With new technology, we can learn skills faster, and the game became more team oriented, basically. Um,
To add on that, Sister Terry, so then as Elijah had mentioned, taller people dominated the game. As obviously, if you're taller, you're gonna be able to score over shorter people easier. And
Mhm.
so as the years go by, they actually implemented a rule, which is the 3 point line, which we're gonna go over later on in our segment. This allowed for shorter people to actually make an impact in the game. And so it made it so that way it shifted from just being a tall league or to a tall game to a more
Oh,
skilled approach. And so the game has been leaning towards skill development rather than just being naturally tall and naturally like blessed with these physical abilities.
okay. Okay. Sister Melvin, you mentioned that you played basketball. Do you have any thoughts on how the basketball as a sport in general evolved?
Well, based on my observation, Elijah and Mark absolutely covered that important aspect of it. A lot of the rules have changed, a lot of, calls have changed, and but in terms of the points, of course, you have, like what they said, if you are absolutely tall, you have an advantage in front of the the hoop, right? But if you're
Hmm.
shorter, you have more capabilities outside of it. So if you're pretty good at dribbling or doing 3 point shots, then that's basically your advantage. In terms of evolving, not only now they're catered to just the sport, but now it's also variations of other things which expanded to, other, I guess you can say, like even with music, they've influenced music, arts, and fashion when it comes to these kinds of sports because a lot of people are very talented. And some of them physically, some of them mentally. I mean, everyone is talented or skilled in their own ways. And so I think basketball has now not only, let's say, for internal perspective for individuals, right? When you're a team player, you have to develop that. So that even includes evolving in your own character, right? Not only that, but also with others, how you interact with others. So now it's a team sport, so you're basically have to be mindful and also cater and understand and be very, very aware of all the rules and regulations from then to now, or especially now, because it has evolved in so many ways and in all aspects. So
Hmm.
that's my
I,
uh,
okay, that's
what I've
great.
what I've read about it and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
it helps me also understand that things change, just like with technology, right? So we have to adapt. We have to adapt with the changes. Technology is evolving, and so do we.
Right, right, I agree. And as far as the basketball game, and I wanted to let everyone know, of course, the WNBA, which is the Women's National Basketball Association, they've established 2024. In 2024, they already have 12 teams. So
Oh,
yes, basketball has really impacted society indeed. So it's not just for a man's sport. It's also now for women. So that has impacted a lot of the regulations as far as what's going on, even in college basketball. They're pretty different. There are some differences in the regulation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that right, Brother Mark? There's a difference between the National Basketball against the NCAA, which is the National Collegiate Association.
Yes, so NBA and NCAA rules have slightly different in terms of
Hmm.
like the shot clock. Shot clock's different. NBA is 24 over NCAA is 30 seconds. NCAA goes by 20-minute halves, whereas
Mhm.
NBA goes by 12-minute quarters. But most of the rules are still the same, like how to score, how points are earned, the schemes of the game. It's very similar.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and know, or Brother Mark and Brother Elijah are going to tell us about the rules and regulations of basketball. So, are you going to do that outside where you have your basketball hoop there? Okay.
Yes,
So,
and so while Brother Elijah is getting set up, we also want to remind everybody, if they haven't already done so, to please leave your local hashtags in the chat, and also please to let us know what your favorite thing about basketball is. And so that way, when the time comes, we can go ahead and shout out your comment in the comment section to be able to feature you on our today's show. And so I believe Brother Elijah is ready. So I'm going to go ahead, everyone, to shift my perspective. As you can see, we are clearly Unity Games ready. And there are different rules when it comes to the game of basketball. I'm sure everybody can see me now. Perfect. And
yes.
we're going to go ahead and first start off with the offensive side of basketball. So me and Brother Elijah are going to go ahead and demonstrate the big man fundamentals first. So typically, big men like us, we're the taller people, especially for Filipinos, we're the taller people. So we usually get our points in this blue area right here. We call this the painted area. This is where a lot of the taller people get their easy buckets.
Yes.
So we get our buckets from easy shots like layups
Okay.
to
Nice.
even posting people up in the paint. So Brother Elijah's gonna get in a post-up position. He's gonna fight for position if somebody was there, and get an easy layup.
Nice.
There we go, Elijah.
Nice shot.
And big men nowadays too haven't been able to step out of the painted area to take a little bit of a mid-range jump shot.
There you go.
We're gonna get that.
Okay.
That's what we're practicing, all right? Shout out to everyone here. We're having our Unity games starting tomorrow. I hope everyone's excited.
Yes,
So now we're going to go ahead and also demonstrate what it looks like in a live experience. So I'm going to go ahead and have Brother Elijah post me up. So what he's going to try to do, he's going to fight for position to try to get as close to the basket as possible. They say that the closer you are to the basket, the higher percentage shot that you have. So for bigger people like me, right, the way to get to the basket is I would just simply power my way through the bigger guy and get a layup if I can make the layup, right? And then, but for faster guys like Brother Elijah, all he has to do is simply outrun me to get to the space that he wants to get to. And so you can see that there's different ways that we can score in basketball, not just being like basically big. You're able to go ahead and face up to the basket to try to one-on-one the guy in front of you and to juke him out of the way to get a bucket, or just to simply go through him and try to use the strength that you have to gain an advantage on the guy in front of you. Now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what it looks like in a game when you get fouled. So Elijah's going to post up, I'm going to hit him, and they call the foul. Hopefully they call the foul, right? So now we're going to go ahead and start taking free throws. Typically, when you're taking free throws, this is the only time that you also can't jump when taking a shot. No one's guarding you. It's just you in the basket with 2 to 3 people on each side going for a rebound. So again, this is usually 2 shots. Brother, I just get the first shot. And everyone's usually relaxed. Nobody does anything for the first shot. This is where they also allow substitutions to happen on the floor, the coach to make a change. This is considered a dead situation. So now here, I just get a second shot, and as soon as it hits the rim, everyone who's rebounding gets a chance to rebound the ball. And just try to make it whatever you want to do. Anything. Try. Okay, so right when the ball hits the rim is when we can start fighting for the rebound. It can go either way, to the offensive player or even to the defensive player. Now we're going to go ahead and talk briefly about defense. So first things first. The typical defense, you're going to go ahead and stand right on me. So what you typically want to do is, this is what you don't want to do. Just stand there, no arms out, legs are close together, so they can easily just go by you, and nothing's going to be in between you and the basket. And so the key here is to always make sure that you are in between the basket and the player that has the ball. How do you do that? You spread your arms out, want to make sure you're in an athletic position where your legs are ready to go left or right. So if I were to go right, I just shift it around to make sure he's still in between the basket. The rules around the defense are very simple. As long as there's no immediate contact between you and the defender, that's a legal defensive stance. So defensive stance. And if I'm dribbling right, he's allowed to like make contact on me. This right here, it's okay defense. Not hurting me anyway. Not trying to hit me he's only trying to get it away. But as soon as he tries to reach for the ball, he hits like my hand, or it's like an illegal contact in any way, ref will usually call a foul. Okay? So again, to demonstrate again, it's legal defense. He's just on me, just trying to fight position. So that's when he reaches, right when he hits me in the arm, that's when it's considered a defensive foul. And same thing goes for offense too. So I'm on offense, right? And I'm trying to get to the basket. He's playing good defense, but if I want to like shove him out of the way, or if I throw an elbow in his way, that's considered an offensive foul. And that's something that we don't want to do. Okay? Especially, they consider this a very contact-heavy sport, so we want to minimize injuries as much as possible.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anything that you wanted us to show, or?
Yes, I do, Brother Mark. Can you tell us what is a double dribble? First, a double dribble, and then what is a walking violation? So first, a
All right.
double dribble,
So, Brother
and then a
Elijah,
walking violation.
The example, if you want to go ahead and start from the free throw line. So a double dribble is, you're dribbling, right? So you're dribbling. You stop dribbling the ball, and then you start dribbling again. That is considered a double dribble. And you pick up the ball after a live dribble, and you dribble again. That's considered a double dribble. A blocking foul is, for example, I just getting in for a layup, right? So he's coming in. I'm here. Boom. So let's. Oh. 1 second.
It looks like the.
Yeah, that's how hard the foul was. So, is the camera good out there?
Yes.
Yes, it's still good, Brother Mark.
Okay, good. So then, as you can see, one more time. So, Brother Elijah's gonna come at me. Then, bam. So he ran into me when I was in a league defensive position. So if I was referee, I saw that is considered illegal defensive position. So if I have that as referee, that's considered a foul on me because, again, so one more time, he's running with a layup. I'm not in the right space because my feet weren't set, my hands were all over the place. That's going to be considered an illegal position, which would be a blocking foul on me. Now, the opposite, the opposite way, if I'm right here already within the painted area, and Brother Elijah comes at me and he hits me, and then I fall on the floor and act like I got hit really hard, that's considered a charging foul on the offense. You see that a lot in the NBA where players like to act a lot and think that they got fouled, when in reality they're just good at acting.
Okay. Brother Mark, can you show us what is a traveling violation?
Oh, that's our favorite. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. So Brother Elijah's going to dribble up in the basketball, right? So go ahead and dribble. Yeah, so just dribbling, we're dribbling, and then that's considered not a travel, right? You're taking 2 steps and then making your shot. Now we're going to go ahead and dribble once and then take 4 steps. So he's going to dribble, 1, 2. This is what's considered a travel. When you don't dribble the ball
Running with the ball.
as you're going to the basket. Now NBA players are famous for taking 4 to 5 steps and taking a tip or a shot. We don't do this. We don't do this, okay? We don't want to see this during games, right? I don't see 1, 2, 3, 4, and getting a left off of that. All right? I want no traveling. The only traveling we're doing is getting on an airplane and go to a country. The only traveling we're doing.
Okay. And Brother Mark, can you tell me, there's a violation there at the paint. How long can you stay at the paint as an offense when you have the ball?
Great. So I'm going to do Brother Elijah. So right now, he's on offense, calling for the ball. Right now, he has 2 feet in the painted area.
Yes.
You can stay in the painted area for 3 seconds. So go ahead and hand up. So the ref is going to go 1, 2, 3, and that is an offensive violation, and the ball will be turned over to the opposing team. Now, what he can do is have 1 foot out of the paint. So as long as you have 1 foot out of the paint, you can
Mhm.
stay within this area for as long as you want, right? So he's going to call for the ball. You can be there for 2 years and they won't call uh, a 3-second violation, right? So, well, right when he gets his 2 feet in the paint, then the ref will start counting 1, 2, 3. Now it also depends on how quick or slow the ref calls the 3 seconds. They can go 1, 2. So they can be that slow if they wanted to. But eventually, the game is very fast where you're going to get the ball if you call for it, right? So most of the time, the big guy will go ball. Yeah, and then we'll usually throw it to him in that 3-second span anyway.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you so much for that. Can you tell us what about the scoring? Where in the court can you do two, and then where can you make a basket and make it for 3 points? Where does that happen?
Most definitely. So, Brother Elijah's going to go ahead and demonstrate for us a layup. So layups here are worth 2 points. Transition into a mid-range jumper. Anything within the painted area and within the 3-point line is considered 2 points once we make it. And so now we're going to go ahead and transition to the top of the key here. So you'll see that this top area is considered the 3-point line. I don't know if you're able to see it, Sister Terry, but it's usually there's a line that's drawn all around the court to signify what a 3-point shot's like. Elijah, if you can demonstrate. We're working on it, brethren, okay? So in any case, the college rules, high school rules, and even the NBA rules are different when it comes to the 3-point line. 3-point shots are typically 20 feet in high school, 22 feet in college, and 25 feet in the NBA. As players are getting very skilled at shooting the ball, as I'll demonstrate here. As you can see, my 3-point shooting is very great. Oh, well, we're getting there.
Okay, cool.
There, so
We're going to give you time to come back inside, and then we're going to go ahead and pass it to Sister Melby for some things that we're going to watch.
All right, thank
you,
you,
Sister Bruce.
Tech. If you're ready for that video, we would appreciate it. Please.
Incorporating physical activities is important in our lives, and playing sports happens to be one of them. Join us this coming Saturday on May 25th, 2024 at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on INCRadio, Central Valley, California, Satellite Studio as we talk about basketball tips. And remember to engage with us during the live broadcast and hashtag your local congregation. See you there.
That was to hype up our Unity Games beginning tomorrow. So, beloved brethren, let's get all excited. I believe tomorrow is volleyball first, and then on Monday will be basketball. Let's support all of our teams, all of our local congregations, and of course, our district, CVC. Now, let's go ahead and move along to our YouTube shout outs before I pass it back to Sister Terry. All right, we have a lot of greetings and of course love that we receive from all of our brethren in our district and all over the world, beginning with looks like Brother Mark was the first one here to greet us. Greetings, everyone. Brother Mark tuning in from Zoraida Salonga. Greetings to all brethren from hashtag Bakersfield District of Central Valley, California. From Lilian Reyes. Greetings, everyone. Happy watching from the local of Fresno District of Central Valley, California. From Maynard, hello from hashtag Bakersfield. Looking forward to seeing everyone at Unity Games. Yes, we will be there, Paul. We will see you. From Jomar Davis, greetings to all the brethren. Happy viewing from the local of Fresno District of Central Valley, California. From Nikela Reyes, happy viewing po from the local of Fresno District of Central Valley, California. Fresno's in the house. From Lilian Reyes, can't wait to watch everyone play basketball on Monday for our Unity Games. We already have our fans out there. From Nikela Reyes again, greetings to all CFO tuned in into INCRadio Central Valley, California. From Lynette Rossetti, good morning from Ilongin Local District of Metro Manila East. Oh, hello po. Thank you for tuning in.
Yay!
Brother Rudolph Ilaga, let's go. Come, Mark. From Danny Aglipa, he loved the presentation. Absolutely. Visual presentations are the best. From Danny Aglipa, hello, brethren. Happy viewing po. Watching from the local of Orosi District of Central Valley, California. And one more from Juvelin Gallo. Hello po, brethren from Gallo family of hashtag Fresno, Central Valley, California. One more from Tristan Diaz. Happy viewing, brethren, from the local of Bakersfield of District of CVC. All right, thank you for all of those comments. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow and on Monday. Back to you.
Yes. Thank you so much. That was really nice, Sister Melby. So one last question, Brother Mark or Brother Elijah. Can anyone learn how to play basketball, Brother Mark or Brother Elijah?
Yes, anyone can learn to play basketball. You can pretty much dribble anywhere. There's a lot of basketball courts accessible like everywhere you go, and you can go to schools and you want to.
And so I will say this. I learned how to play basketball because I wanted to make friends. And so my friends taught me how to play the game. They showed me how to be a team player. And most importantly, they taught me how to be a brother. And so I really believe that if anybody wants to play, anybody can pick it up and learn the beautiful sport that is basketball.
Perfect. You know, I want to say when I learned basketball, I we played with my dad and my two other brothers. I played with them, so I knew how to play then. I was probably about 9 or 10 when I first held a basketball, and then I continued with high school, and I played in high school as well, and then I also coached some ladies and women to play basketball. So, and I'm not very tall, but I was the ball handler for our team. So it was really nice. I really love basketball, and I love that it has evolved through the women's as well. So, yes, I hope that everybody had a chance or have a chance to play basketball. It's a great exercise, for that. We're so sorry that we have to say goodbye. It's time, but we're so happy that everyone was able to join us. But before we go, we wanted to first say thank you to Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Executive Minister, and Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo, our SEBC President and CFO Coordinator. We hope that you'll join us again, and we hope that you've enjoyed our show. Please stay tuned for INCRadio Satellite Seattle, and please return with us on Saturday at 1 p.m. Until then, everybody, please be well, and thank you again for joining us. Bye for now.
Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.